is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue our push for 6,000 subscribers. Now, together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, the topic of today's video, you guys, we have to touch bases on yesterday's NBA draft lottery. Posted a couple things about it on shorts yesterday, but wanted to do a full detailed video on it today because the Dallas Mavericks have won the 2025 draft lottery. The Dallas Mavericks with the 11th best odds to grab the number one pick, a 1.8% chance on landing the number one pick, get the pick. And that was surrounded by a bunch of controversy last night. Obviously, the first thing that people thought was, this is rigged. The NBA draft lottery is rigged. And there's been a lot of instances in the past where you look at the draft lottery and you think this is totally rigged. For example, the very first draft lottery where the New York Knicks get Patrick Ewing. There was a lot of controversy surrounding the envelope was bended a little bit when David Stern made the pick. And there was a lot of other first picks that were taken that you're thinking, this is a little weird. You know, looking at you, Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, getting three first picks after LeBron leaves the organization. Then you look at last night and you think, wow, the Dallas Mavericks with a 1.8% chance to get the first pick, get it. The same Dallas Mavericks who just traded a cornerstone franchise player, Luka Doncic, to the Los Angeles Lakers, and it looks like they were rewarded with the first pick. Now, we know the Lakers' current situation. They're the face of the league. One of the teams that's the face in the league. LeBron James is 40. He's getting ready to go out the door. The LA Lakers cannot go through another terrible build like they did when Kobe Bryant was in his later stages. So I'm sure the NBA wanted this trade so Luka can be a Laker. And as a reward for trading him, Dallas gets the number one pick. I see a lot of controversy surrounding that. But the one thing that I'm looking at this whole time is the Heat would have had that pick. The Miami Heat, technically, when you look at the season standings, would have had the 11th pick. The 11th best odds of getting the number one pick. So they technically would have been in the Dallas Mavericks' spot had they not made the playoffs. I know I've gone over this many times before, you guys, but the perspective was by the Heat making the playoffs, getting the protections lifted for 2026 and 2028, it was the better option. Had the Heat missed the playoffs, yeah, they would have kept that first round pick and they would have had the 20th pick as well, but you would have lost protections for the future. Now, hindsight being 2020, obviously every Heat fan would have said, miss the playoffs because that pick ended up being the number one pick. And the prized possession is Cooper Flag. But I'm telling y'all right now, and I know every Heat fan is looking in Twitter and Instagram, social media, and you're seeing all the memes out there. Shoot, I even posted some of them last night. They were funny as hell. But I'm telling y'all right now, if the Heat had that pick, would not have been number one. It would have been where it was, the 11th or the 12th pick, and then the first pick probably would have gone to Philadelphia. It's just how the Miami Heat's luck works. So I'm not going to get into big speculation on, is the draft rigged? I wouldn't say it is every year, but I would say that the NBA does what they need to do in order to make it more interesting. I mean, come on. LeBron James gets picked first by the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he's from, lives 20 minutes away in Akron. Derrick Rose goes to the Chicago Bulls with the number one pick in 2008, where he's from. Just have been a lot of conspiracies with this draft lottery. I mean, especially when you look at the Mavericks getting the first pick, of course you're going to think conspiracy. But me, I choose not to worry about stuff that I can't control. I choose to focus on stuff that I can control. And what we can control, you guys, is what's going to happen this offseason. And the first thing that we're going to be looking at is the NBA draft. And what we know, what we can control, is that we have the 20th pick. And this right here, you guys, this whole draft situation that happened, this blunder, should be another wake-up call to the Miami Heat that you're having a very pissed off fan base in your organization. A pissed off fan base that during the regular season the last 3 years has been mediocre at best. I'm talking 3 straight years in a play-in tournament, 3 straight years of being an 8th seed. Whether you've gone far in the playoffs, I don't think that matters or not. The regular season is supposed to be a fun time. Playoffs are the most fun time, but you got to be able to support your team during the regular season. And that's what this Miami Heat team needs to work on. So you're going to have 3 avenues. Build on what you have now, which you'll probably have over $80 million in cap space after the 2026 season if Andrew Wiggins chooses to opt out of his contract. So you can keep this mediocre team for 1 more year, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as far as the 2026 offseason. You can go for a whale. You can try to trade for a Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kevin Durant, but you are going to have to give up young assets and draft flexibility for those, which is not a lot that you have. You know, right now, the Miami Heat, you have your 20th pick, you have the 2026 pick, you have a 2027 pick that's lottery protected that can become unprotected in 2028. Then after that, you're going to have more flexibility. You have your 2029, 2030, 21. The Saffron rules doesn't allow you to trade multiple picks back to back, so you got to spread them out through the years. So right now, the Miami Heat will have 3 tradable draft picks. Due to this, the Saffron rule, you can't include 2026 or 2027 or 2028. So right now, what the Heat have is their 20th pick, the 2029 pick, and the 2031 pick. These are 3 tradable picks that the Heat can do. But by doing that and trading for a whale, you're kind of putting your future in another bind again that you currently have now. Or you can completely go the other way around, rebuild this whole thing, trade Bam and Tyler, and try to see how much draft capital you can get back. I believe that if you trade Tyler and Bam, you can get anywhere from 5 to maybe 7 first-round draft picks. Bam can get you 4, Tyler can get you 2 to 3. Honestly. You can get a lot of draft capital. You can rebuild your way like Houston and Oklahoma. If you've seen anything with this draft lottery with this season, it's annoying as hell, and maybe it's time to blow it all up. So the Heat are going to have multiple avenues. Another avenue that they're going to have is in the draft. It's the first thing that they're going to do. And right now, you have a lot of players that you're looking at. ESPN did release a mock draft last night after the draft lottery was done. And with the 20th pick, it is projected that Liam McNeely will go to the Miami Heat. Liam McNeely is a player that we've spoken about before, but just to give you a little breakdown, he played 1 year for the UConn Huskies, 19 years old, averaged 14.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists. He's known to be a snipe shooter, but he only averaged 32% from 3 this past year. Shooting 5.5 attempts a game, 38% from the field, not so great. Does shoot 87% from the free throw line. He's a guy that can develop well in the system. He's a big body, 6'6", 6'7", 210 pounds. So you're looking at a small forward shooting guard type of player. Pretty much plays the same role as Duncan Robinson. He's a little bit better than Duncan. He has a higher ceiling than Duncan. But especially with Duncan's contract, or maybe you might be trading Duncan, Liam McNeely can slide right into Duncan Robinson's role. He could be a microwave, a spark off the bench. So, I mean, I like him. I also really like Nick Clifford from the Colorado State Rams. You know, he's a guy that just gets better every year. He's a 4-year player, so he's a guy that can help you win now. He's a 6'6" small forward. You know, he can play like the small forward, power forward position. He did average 19 points and almost 10 rebounds last year. He's a guy that also gives you really good defensive presence. You can mix him in with Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware. He's a small guy, but, you know, that's what Spo loves. Spo loves those small power forwards, so he might fit. You also have Nolan Traore, point guard that I really like, Walter Clayton Jr. So, yeah, the Heat aren't going to have the first pick, you guys, so this is not an exciting day, but the Heat do have a first-round pick, and we do have the offseason coming up. But bleak day, Heat Nation. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about the whole situation with the draft? You think it's rigged? You think the Heat should run it back with this team built for 2026 where they'll have their draft pick and almost $80 million in cap space, trade for a whale, or blow it up? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said.